We are honored to have with us Officer Gutwald, Supervisory Immigration Services Officer, Department of Homeland Security, who will administer the oath to our soldiers.
And as the applicants, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or a citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
The purpose of today's ceremony is to recognize the commitment of the men and women you see standing in formation before you today, who have chosen to serve their country as soldiers. This review is the last official formation of the training cycle. Not everyone successfully completes this difficult period of training, but those in formation today represent disciplined, motivated, physically fit soldiers who exemplify the Army's 7 core values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. They are imbued with warrior ethos and display the tenets of putting the mission first, never accepting defeat, never quitting, and never leaving behind a fallen comrade. This is an important day for these soldiers, and they can take pride in their accomplishments. Please direct your attention to the left of the formation. The units marching today from your left to right are the 282nd Army Band under the command of Chief Warrant Officer II Thomas W. Jackson Jr., graduating soldiers from Companies A and B, the Battalion Color Guard, and graduating soldiers from Companies C, D, and E. Are the drill sergeants. These dedicated non-commissioned officers form the backbone of the Army's training center system. Selected on the basis of professional competence, leadership ability, and years of service, these men and women undergo intensive training to earn the right to wear their distinctive hat and insignia. With the drill sergeant hat goes the important responsibility of molding civilian men and women into soldiers. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Major John Maglioka from Boston, Massachusetts, who serves as the executive officer for the 2nd Battalion, 13th Infantry Regiment. He and the battalion staff are positioned on the field. The interviewing officer for today's graduation is the commander of the 2nd Battalion, 13th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher T. Altavilla from Floral Park, New York. On his left is Command Sergeant Major Norman L. Fisher from Pocomoke, Maryland, the senior non-commissioned officer, master trainer, and principal advisor to the commander. The Commander of Troops will now bring forward the colors and persons to be honored. Competence and commitment are the hallmarks of professionalism. The soldiers and drill sergeants coming forward will be recognized for their excellence in training and duty performance and serve as examples to all. It is appropriate for soldiers not in uniform and all armed forces veterans to salute the American flag. We ask our civilian guests to please remove your headgear and place your right hand over your heart as our national anthem is played. Please be seated.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Colonel Altavilla and Command Sergeant Major Fisher will now present the awards. The awardees for Company A are as follows. Drill Sergeant of the Cycle is Drill Sergeant William Channel from Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Plus One Soldier Leader of the Cycle is Private Trinity Smith from Ammon, Idaho. The Wetzel Soldier of the Cycle is Private Nicholas Slowakowski from Northeast Pennsylvania. The awardees for Company B are as follows. Drill Sergeant of the Cycle is Drill Sergeant Mahassan Muhammad from Stone Mountain, Georgia. The Plus One Soldier Leader of the Cycle is Specialist Isaiah Daniels from Fountain, Colorado. The Wetzel Soldier of the Cycle is Specialist Eric Nilsson from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. The awardees for Company C are as follows. Drill Sergeant of the Cycle is Drill Sergeant Veronica Green from Miami, Florida. The Plus One Soldier Leader of the Cycle is Private First Class Eric Stevens from Albertville, Alabama. The Wetzel Soldier of the Cycle is Private Samuel Henderson from Festus, Missouri. The awardees from Company D are as follows. Drill Sergeant of the Cycle is Drill Sergeant Carlos Nieves Zayas from Fajardo, Puerto Rico. The Plus One Soldier Leader of the Cycle is Specialist Derek Williams from Royal, Florida. The Wetzel Soldier of the Cycle is Private Shannon McCord